Well, this apartment perfectly reflects the Oprah brand. For us, decorating isn't just highfalutin design with a capital D. We really believe that decorating is about personal expression. It's about writing your autobiography in 3 dimensions. And we want to help our readers create spaces that reflect who they are. So when Darryl Carter began designing this apartment, he had in mind a couple with no children who had previously lived in a traditional house. And they fell in love with this modern building, as so many people are doing right now, but didn't want to give up their family heirlooms. And Darryl's genius is really his ability to mix old and new.
I deal very much in contrast in my work. I love the crispiness of things that contrast, be it an antique against something modern, dark against light. You know, there's something very graphically appealing about that.
I think a lot of people overlook the foyer or the entryway. They forget it. It's the first impression your house or your apartment makes on guests.
You walk in and there's a secretary that serves multiple purposes other than just dropping your keys. It's a great object just to conceal your mail, their books.
Darryl usually works with a very monochromatic, neutral palette. So all the walls are painted white. It's Ralph Lauren's tack room is the color. But he has added interest through texture and different shades of wood. One thing that I love about Darryl's design is his confidence to break free from the official blueprint or floor plan. This room was labeled second bedroom, but because our couple doesn't have children, he transformed it and turned it into more of a sitting room, parlor, den.
What I encourage people to do, rather than respond to the occasional visitor, how to honor your lifestyle. So it became more of a sort of little reading, yet another reading salon, but one that's private.
And this room offers another great example of how Darryl refuses to let the floor plan dictate his design. On the floor plan, this room is supposed to be a living dining area, but he's allowed this to be a library. But the addition of the 2 lamps on that table and the books on that table immediately make it welcoming.
What I discovered is that they didn't need a traditional living room. What they were more prone to was reading and intimate dining.
And I think the surprise of the bookcases lining the walls in there was brilliant. You still get the view, you still get some filtered sunlight in, and yet you have all that storage.
I sort of responded to the exterior architecture in the design of the bookshelves. And you'll see that there's great care taken in terms of the execution of the design. This is all hand-forged steel. You can look at some of the detail. This was quite something to have to produce. And the chairs are from my new collection for Thomasville Furniture. I love the sculptural quality of this chair. I just think it's a beautiful thing to look at.
And here Darryl has taken the couple's collection of family photos and displayed them. This might be a modern feeling space, but it's not a cold space.
The way to avoid the visual chaos here is to frame them all out the same, mat them out the same.
In the master bedroom, the 4-poster bed is another piece that Darryl designed for Thomasville. And I really like the way that he bucked conventional wisdom here in such a tiny bedroom.
You know, a poster bed is a great solution in a small space. An instinct might be to try to make it go away. It's not going away, it's a bed. If it's a king-size bed, it is very present in the space. So make it more present.
The side table here, he actually made from 2 cubes that came from CB2 and were quite affordable. And then that's juxtaposed here with a rather ornate antique side table over here.
This is what is called the courtesan desk. And it's obviously French in its inspiration, but I have it juxtaposed against a lamp that's also part of the collection that is more deco inspired. And then there the modern art pieces. So this is, you know, an example of the eclecticism that you can arrive at.
You know, I actually think one of the most brilliant moments in this apartment is one of the smallest. And I think it's the way that Darryl hung the ornate mirror over the existing modern mirror in the bathroom. And then played up the spa feeling with these beautiful woven bowls down here filled with towels by Royal Velvet.
I think people are paying more attention to their homes. I think they're communing more in their homes. I think they're being more sensitive and thoughtful. So I think there's more self-expression.
We're always trying to do with our readers is to fill them with enough confidence to make the choices that make them happy, not the choices that are going to impress their neighbors. We also don't believe that people should label themselves. You don't have to be a modernist in a box or a traditionalist in a box.
I don't want any 2 environments to look alike. just as no two people are alike. The trend I'm seeing in design progressively is truthfulness to oneself in terms of how they live in their home.